Hey you guys, I just left a speech eval for my son who's 2 years old with acquired cerebral palsy, so his cognitive skills are not there at all. And you know, I just feel like everybody is benefiting off of my son except for him. Like, everybody's getting paid to do these funky ass evaluations or mediocre fake therapies, and the person that really needs the help, which is my son, he's not getting it, yet everybody's getting paid for it. I'm so sick of people always telling me to call regional center. Regional center does nothing, especially for a child under 3. They only have like a teacher that comes. They don't have any other services. Instead of just saying that they don't have the services, they just don't say that. They just keep saying resources with an S on the end. I'm thinking you have more resources, but when I ask what the resources are, you can't give me an answer. And so this rant is because I just went to a speech like evaluation, and the problem with me continuously going to all of these appointments and just not getting anywhere is because his pediatricians, I don't know if they're supposed to help us, but they don't. So basically I have to do all the footwork. I have to look around for the therapy or whatever. I send it to the pediatrician, she signs off on it, and then she makes the referral, when in reality she didn't make the referral. I did, but I'm not a doctor, so I can't sign off on it. So I keep going to all these places that are unable to help him. So it's like halfway my fault, but at the same time, I'm not a professional, and I'm just trying to get some help for my son. So he needs speech and swallow therapy, and in the past he had some swallowing therapy, but it was just NMES, and after that they say that they don't can't help you. They do will check on you once a month and see how you're doing. I don't need no bitch to check on me once a fucking month to see how we're doing. We're still not doing well, okay? What we need is somebody that can actually help him as far as some type of intense therapy, and they can teach him something. I mean, does that just not exist? If it doesn't exist, then just say that. I mean, son, you feel me? Because just say that. He has acquired CP. I don't feel like he was born like this. He got this shit after 2 months of being born. He went home with me. I took him to the hospital just to see what was popping with his airway, because I felt like it was a wet sounding type of sound once he would drink a bottle. So he used to drink a bottle, but long story short, they never even followed through with that. He's 2 years old now, so for 2 years they still never figured out what that was, because somebody fucked him up. Somebody claims that he had apnea, and they failed all these intubation attempts, fucked up my kid, fucked up his airway. Now he has a trach. At 2 months old, he was sedated most of the time, losing oxygen at the fucking children's hospital. And I'm not supposed to be pissed off because for the rest of our lives, we gotta suffer while everybody else makes money off of him. Because it's do you want a nurse? And they give you a nurse who gets paid but don't know what the fuck they're doing. Most of the nurses that they've sent to my house didn't even know how to change a trach, didn't know the signs of what changing a trach was, couldn't change a G-tube, plenty of things. Plenty of things. My kid is a guinea pig. Or they say go to regional. You go to regional, they bring a teacher in. The teacher don't know shit about your kid. They on YouTube in front of you Googling shit what should we do today? When all that stuff should already been figured out before they got there. Then you go to your neurologist. He don't got no fucking answers. Oh, well, I think that he was born like this. No, he wasn't the fuck born like this. It's common sense. His brain got paused at an early fucking age of 2 months old, and he wasn't able to continuously develop how another kid would. And I got 5 kids, one after him, so I know about the development of kids because my kids are smart, and because I am very hands-on with my kids, so I teach them everything. I got a kid that's 10 months old cooking pancakes, just kidding. will be if I really wanted to train her to do it. But my point is, I keep taking him to these professionals that are not professionals, and like, I'm just guessing there's no help out there for non-ambulatory children who can't do shit. Like, they want you to just really just be crippled. Like, back in my day, if you would have seen a person looking like this and having contractions, I think it's called. Is it contractions? I don't know what it's called. Something like that. But in my day, when I was a kid, I didn't know what this stuff was. I didn't know that a person that looked like that had cerebral palsy. I just, back in that day, my mom, she didn't know no better. I guess she called them crippled. So I called them crippled or retarded. And that's, of course, now that I have a kid that's like that, of course, I don't want you to say that about my kid, because now I know the correct terminology. But when you don't have a kid like that, you just say retarded, crippled, whatever. And you wonder why these people grow up and be looking all twisted and shit, because there's no real therapies out there that really work hard to keep the person mobile. They want to give the parent a packet to go home with and have the parent do everything, then just bring them in and let me look at them and let me do some mediocre shit. Okay, send you home with the packet. Now, page 1, do this, page 2. I do all of that, but like I said, I'm not a professional. And these Zoom meetings, they ain't working. He needs hands-on. So, I just don't know what to do. I'm just so tired of everything. Like, everything. I'm telling you, every single day, I'm on the phone with somebody, and somebody just asked me today, have you called the Cerebral Palsy Foundation or whatever, for what? Went to their pages. Most of their pages go to a dead link. You call, they don't never answer the phone, or you get the beep because it's a fax machine, or you leave a message or whatever and they don't never call you back. You go to their Facebook page, hit them up in the inbox for a Facebook message, they don't never reply. Twitter, they posting shit but never replying. It's like all you guys do is say that you guys are some type of foundation just to get these donations or something. And really, what are you doing? Keep it 100. Is it my skin color or what? Or is it not just me? Is it just kids? Like, you don't have the magnitude to help these type of kids and stuff, so that's why they're growing up crippled. Like, just keep it 100. Y'all got day programs for people that's already growing up and everything like that, but he can't go to no day program and go to the 99-cent store and start shopping it up. He's non-ambulatory. I gotta do everything for him. So again, what are the resources for a kid with this IQ of I don't know what, and he's just existing, and I want him to live. So I'm always with him. We always in the car doing what we gotta do, mostly going to appointments, but we gonna stop off at the park and get a couple swings in and all of that. We gonna play like a regular kid. We gonna try, even though I gotta move his hand to play with the car and stuff. It's just really getting on my nerves. I mean, I got a kid with mad problems. I'm talking every day. We on the phone with a specialist or looking for some type of help, and they claiming resources and there's none. And my kid is just like not benefiting, but everybody else is benefiting off of him because they're getting paid. And so when people complain about their kids, that shit pisses me off, because you can have a kid that you don't even know what will happen to him when you're not here anymore, because he won't be able to take care of himself. But you're over here complaining and shit. Like, if this was my first kid, I'd be scarred for life, because I wouldn't know no better. I wouldn't know the joys of having other kids with no problems. But this is my humble kid. This is my kid that's humbling me, that's helping me to be more patient and just, stay in faith and prayer, stuff like that. And, I'm being more hands-on than ever before, because I'm his support. I'm his number one advocate. But like I'm saying,